Alright, yins guys, I'm going to do a quick video just to show you this because the conditions are perfect. And I just used a new sweeper. I got to sweep this rug, but do this real quick to kind of show you this, to show you I ain't full of crap or whatever. Because I used a new sweeper and be able to show you how being 50 years old and doing the splits, how you go about it. And since I talked a lot of stuff on a couple people's live videos, I was also thinking, no matter who you are, if I knew anybody was actually going to join, I would show you it just to show live, so show you that I ain't faking or altering any of the videos. But anyway, some important stuff. Maybe if you try and don't hurt yourselves, and say you want to be able to do something to enhance yourself and not be wasting your time just sitting there staring at the female yoga people just to look at butts or anything. You want to actually be able to do something. But anyway, perfect conditions for this. I'll show you right away that how you can pull this off. Say I don't even use mats. I'll use cement and I'll use steel toe boots. Say when you get this far, with the reason why what I do revolves around push-ups. I'm going to try to show you without yammering on or going on and on too much and getting to the point about okay, I don't want to say okay, whatever yoga person you do watch, I'm going to show you one main point here without over talking, getting to the point. Say you have your hands like this, push-up position. The advantage is this, that you want to get out and escape right away. And even the people that are the professionals, right? You know how some of them, they go on their elbows even like this. The difference between doing this and this, you know right away. The advantage is for me being able to go like this. When you're going like this, there's more leverage going on and you can get that split down. But then some of us, even though you see the professionals being like this, you might feel some pain in your knees like I am right now. Like I was telling somebody when in their live video, I actually injured the inner part of my knee. I didn't tear it real bad, but you could tear it. You got to be careful with that. But it should revolve around doing push-ups, and I can do an entire lecture on all my other influences, but I think that would be if anybody was coming into a live video, because it would be a long-ass video. But anyway, these influences are really good, and it's how I pull things off. But anyway, you revolving around doing push-ups. Say when you're down like this, you can feel that without using one of them fancy stretching machines. They're expensive. You're stretching a part inside the knee. But then say if you get in the seated position like I've done in other videos too soon, that has a tendency, some of your other better days, you can, it's like strenuous. Depending on your leg type, it's strenuous on that inner part of the knee. You can tear it. So you may be wanting to do more of this some days, and you know what I mean? And revolves around doing push-ups. Why? Because you want to be able to, instead of like some other people do, just go into the straddle. I mean, it's good for you to be able to push yourself out of it and get into like positions like this that they do in the yoga anyway, or any other kind of things that you practice. Getting back up out of it is just important as like, well, going back into this, like saying you go into that straddle stretch like this. And I used to cheat and use like rough concrete, right? And you're wearing boots and rough concrete, so your feet get stuck, you know what I'm saying? And then you don't lose that straddle and you're going like this. And to explain it without yammering on and on, how I showed you about getting up out of it, I was watching somebody live just the other day where they get out of the straddle and go like this. And some people, if you do it too suddenly, it's be like you're creating shock to your system, especially if you're a new at it, or if you're my age and you got back into it on and off. like if you come back out of it and just like this, some people it'll create a shock to your system, like ah. So I'm just wanted to, anyway, like if I did any kind of a live video, it would be like to show you I'm not like really full of shit. None of the other videos, they're not just edited like I'm faking things. I do the stuff with music to make it fun. And say if you were into movies, or whether it's like a Walking Dead or some anime, I would tell to you, say to you, incorporate stuff you did as an occupation into it, and that's another big old lecture. Just how you can pull things off gradually. And I'd have to do a real long lecture or live video to actually explain a whole bunch of the things, because like certain facets of that are like either a long 80-page comment or a long ass video, which that's really lecture material. And when you lecture somebody, you actually got to show and prove what and how you pulled stuff off, you know what I mean? Otherwise you couldn't really lecture anybody. But I know that's the point. But since it was a nice day today and I just vacuumed this area, figure get a video in